Welcome in to what
good.
promises to be a good one here on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, the big man, Donnie Rightside, and Joe Lisi.
The center.
With
Going
you
for the gold.
on In-Game Live. Lisi, how are we feeling,
Feeling
Texans
good.
Cowboys?
I'm actually feeling good now. You know, Houston struggled a little bit coming into this game, looking for a little bit of offensive consistency. Nico Collins back in that lineup, coming back from the hamstring injury. On the flip side, Dallas, I mean, anything could be better than the performances that they have had at home.
Sure.
Last home game, they got blown out by your Philadelphia Eagles. I expect a much better effort. Whether that means they actually, win the game, I doubt that. But I do feel that within the 7.5-point number, now like the total over 41.5, guys.
Yeah, for me, I ended up making probably my favorite two picks would be both quarterbacks to throw a passing touchdown, which is at minus 108. And Rico Dowdle over 13.5 rush attempts. A lot of talk about him needing to be the bell cow back for this team. I think Dallas can hang. I think they're going to force him work. Look, you could say, is he going to get 14 and not get over the 53.5? I think he gets through both. But it's just one of those rare instances where I prefer betting the actual workload, Donnie, than the yardage that would come with it.
I hear you with that. And also, just starting to buy in. You just watched the pregame show here, giving out some plays. I had to add on because I was talking to you guys, pretty much in the green room. I really think that we're going to be lining up for a big game from Rico Dowdle. I actually took him 50-plus yards rushing, which, again, isn't a ton. It's not like 75 or 80, but right around his number. But also, Joe Mixon, anytime touchdown score. But Nico Collins, 80-plus yards tonight at a plus money number. That's a 5-to-1 parlay. I'm not going to be surprised if we get a touchdown and 100-plus yards at a Nico Collins.
No, it's a good look. I mean, if he's 100% healthy, that's the type of player that he is. I didn't go that route just because I want to see him perform. I want to make sure that he's 100%. I did take a shot on Tank Dell. His pre-kick total is 49.5. I altered him up to 70. Anytime touchdown, I'm on Dalton Schultz. Going back home to Dallas plus 340. It opened. It's up to 370 now. Have him in a number of different parlays, so we'll see how it plays out. I do have Dowdle in terms of one parlay, 50-plus, in case they get the rushing attack going. But you have me sold now. I did take that parlay. I took 2+ passing touchdowns for both quarterbacks, 2.25 for both quarterbacks, the over with Dallas, and the points.
All right, one special I played I think you both would like. Mixon and Dowdle to each have 5 rushing yards in each quarter, plus 410. I think that's worth a shot. Yeah. I did take Lamb and Collins to each have 20 receiving yards in each half, plus 340.
Like it.
And then Lisi and I took the shot on Stroud and Rush to combine for 500 passing.
480.
Plus 480. So we'll see what comes in here. Houston starts with the ball. Lisi, a key to you tonight for the Texans offense?
I think it is, the passing attack, more so than Joe Mixon, right? They try to get Joe Mixon going. Last road game we saw against the New York Jets, he performed. But we need to see C.J. Stroud hitting on all cylinders. They struggled a bit with Detroit in the second half. I need to see that passing consistency play out today, guys.
Looks like that play's coming back. Oh, my goodness,
And it was
man.
Nico Collins, a 70-yard touchdown.
Unbelievable. He's healthy.
Play.
Yeah.
77 yards is what that would have gone for had that call not come back. I don't know.
Hamstring looks
good?
Hamstring looks good?
Yeah.
You know what, though, Don? Again, I'm hoping it's a clean night. We expect a clean night. But where it's like, hey, maybe don't make him run 77 on the first play for nothing to test the hamstring. I'm sure it's been tested enough there.
Which that would have been, again, illegal man downfield on that play. How's it that wasn't even a delayed pass. Did Tunsil just run a 4.40 to the 50-yard line? I mean,
I don't know.
This rule change has to go. Unless he's clearly blocking a linebacker before this pass even gets off, which I don't know how it's even possible.
Yeah, they might need to. I mean, that is so minimal, I almost want to say, where, they may have to extend it a little bit, Donnie. It's one of those things where I can't say it was inconsequential because he was on his guy.
He was.
But it's always one of those plays that, they miss it a ton, I'm sure, during the course of a game where these guys shoot up the field constantly. And a drive killer, though, possibly for the Texans there, Lisi, is then they on a 1st and 15, they just run the rock.
Yeah, it kills the total momentum, right, early on. But, it gives Dallas a glimmer of hope. You give up a huge, big play, you're not down. It's they get it right back. Automatic first down, defense hold.
Here we go with the penalties to start the game off. A lot of fun here.
This is unbelievable. If it's going to be like this, let's just wrap it up now.
Yeah, I will say this is somebody
6-3.
who, and I think, for the number, no one here's laying the number with Houston.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind a 3-and-out for Houston. That way, Dallas doesn't get
Stays
the ball.
in their form.
Yeah, like Dallas coming out down 7-0, panicked. You know what I mean? Isn't necessarily what anybody
it's a good
needs.
question on that, too, because I'm trying to find where Dallas was so bad, Kevin, last week that I say to myself, will they be panicked or no matter what the score is, they're just going to run a normal offense? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
I do hear what you're saying. I think it is so, Donnie, what happened to them last week is such an outlier game.
Yeah.
But I think Philadelphia, the follow-up performance against Washington has shown that they are – at minimum, in the conversation for the best secondary in the league.
Yeah.
And for Rush, kind of coming off the pine, first time in basically 2 years, getting that start, it ended up, it was a tough spot. It was, and they couldn't capitalize, and Philly just really started to pour it on and on and on as the game continued there. He has to look better. And I made this point, Donnie, and I wonder if you would agree.
Yeah.
I actually think it is a good sign for what we will get tonight that Rush is starting, because it shows Dallas is trying to win the game.
Yes.
They're going with their quarterback, who they believe gives them the best chance to win, which I think is a good sign.
Yeah, no, it is a good sign. And again, I was kind of confused last week because on the Pro Football Today, I'm like, I think he can get over 205 and a half yards.
Yeah.
That was Cooper Rush passing. He was so shockingly bad. It was like, I don't know what I was handicapper watching. Like, it's like a quarterback that doesn't deserve to be in the NFL, that's never played in the NFL. Oh, my goodness, I'm not prepared for the game. When that's all he's been is prepared his whole career. He was that bad in that football game.
Yeah. I think it was more this Schultz, right?
Yeah.
More ring rust maybe from not playing. Last time he really played was a couple of years ago, right, against Kirk Cousins, and played very well. So let's see. I think you'll get a much better, consistent effort out of Cooper Rush in this matchup than you would, coming off last week. That's why I did take his totals up to 200 plus.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what we get out of the Dallas defense. I thought that they had moments in that game against Philadelphia where they held serve and it looked like they could be much better with Parsons back.
Yeah.
The dam broke.
Yeah.
How do they hold up tonight? Right now, Stroud is firing. And Houston will keep their foot on the gas with what played out last Sunday night. We're with you on SportsGrid throughout our Monday nighter. Keep it right here. It's In Game Live.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circus Sports Million, Circus Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
We live in a society right now where everybody's a snowflake, everybody's a cupcake, and everybody thinks that nothing is fair. Everything is like, it's not fair. We should have a better chance. We need more. You know what? I'm old enough to remember when you needed to have a perfect goddamn record to win a college football championship. That's the way it was. 11-1, too bad.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Grandma Bear, who owns the football team, probably comes in, gives a little, oh, hey, you're such a good little boy out there. Congratulations, the way you coach this football team. I'm never going to fire you.
Totally, I missed you pinching your own cheek as I was looking down and did not know we were getting.
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there with that guy named Ben. Like, that's what your grandma would do to you when you go see her on Thanksgiving or Christmas,
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Together, both Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson had huge nights. Aaron Rodgers loves the two big targets, and he says if this is going to happen, going to be very tough on the defense to decide who they want to go after.
Adams and this kid, Wilson, I won't deny what they can do, but nobody else does jack.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Commercial break. What do you think happened? Joe Mixon hit a 45-yard home run touchdown, which means the Dallas defense has not shown up to this game whatsoever. Because a 77-yard touchdown got called back on this drive, and a 45-yard touchdown by Mixon still stands. It moves quite a bit of numbers here. It puts the Cowboys to an 11.5-point underdog. It puts the total up to 46.5. Lisi, I know you were clicking during our commercial break.
I took a shot on Dallas plus 11.5. If you like them at 7.5, one drive, you got to believe that you're going to get something playing at home. We'll see. I'll take a shot now. I mean, that's just the way I'm going to play it right now. I mean, I like them pre-kick. They give up the touchdown. I still think they'll be in it. Total's looking good. I jumped on anytime touchdown. I'm on Tolbert. So 550. You got a little extra value. I took it and doubled down on Tolbert anytime touchdown.
Yeah, I just hope we don't get to the point in this game where, again, we might have some interesting stats that we can go over at the half, but just looking at that first drive was basically 2 home runs, and they just moved the football with ease, even with penalties against them. I want to see how far this game gets because, again, I asked Kevin the same question. I actually think we still get the same amount of offensive exposure that you would regardless of score with Cooper Rush. I think we're at that point with the Cowboys. They were so bad last week. Kevin, I don't think things change like, now we got to throw 50 times with Cooper Rush. I think if they're down 21-3 early in this game, I still think they establish the run. I honestly do.
I think that's interesting. Yeah, for me, Donnie, want to see, though, because if Rush brings it, this game could shoot through the moon here. Man, Houston should be – we always wonder how a team's going to come out after, what could be a difficult loss. And their loss to Detroit was terrible. I mean, it was really bad, right? And they've having a tough kind of run at it, right? The loss to the Jets. I mean, I think they've had a few players meetings now, right? They still don't have Will Anderson back. So it's going to be interesting to see what Houston responded incredibly early. We're fighting on the field. This looks crazy.
This is good stuff. Now we got a hype this going on out here. But again, the flag came in after a very good return for the Dallas Cowboys, which will now sit them back inside the 20-yard line instead of having that football around the 35 to the 40.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, any type of momentum for Dallas playing at home is completely killed with that. How aggressive are they with Cooper Rush, right? They're going to probably start inside the 30, inside the 20 here. I mean, it was a great return. At least that's a somewhat positive. What?
Have you, during your football career, we've all played football, certain levels. Did you ever hold anybody on? I don't understand. You are a professional football player. And, your sole goal for most of these guys is we don't even get in the football game except for special teams, and every other play is a holding call.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I just don't understand.
I don't know. I've often, we've done so many of these together, and I've often, wondered, do they just do this because they're trying to find a way to eliminate returns? And
I don't know.
Because every time there's a good return, I assume it gets called back,
correct.
and most times it does.
Correct.
And there's no way the only way to have a good return in professional football is by holding. It just can't be possible.
It's not, but again, it's so minute. Sometimes some of the holds, and it always comes after the guy has broken the first barrier.
Yeah.
That they love throwing the flag after that. That's part of the problem, right? If they would throw it as soon as it happens, it's not an issue. It's after a positive return.
The hardest one to do is a block in the back, and it happens 3 to 4 times every single game. I just never don't hit the guy in the back. Blam! Point blank right in the back. They hit him all the time.
Yeah, they do. Dallas comes out, starts with a run.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised there. The second play goes to CeeDee Lamb.
There you go.
I'm not surprised there.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised there. Both guys that we're expecting to be involved heavily tonight, Donnie, for Dallas, involved on the first 2 touches.
Now, here's the funny part about it, too. As I told you guys, the fun parlay I had, which has CeeDee Lamb to get 5 yards and Nico Collins 5 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah.
The 80-yard touchdown run called back.
Wow.
So now, a lot of time to go. I know he's going to get involved, but it's just one of those that makes you laugh a little
It's tough when you're playing it, but yes, Donnie, but, the reason you bring it up, you're playing in tight parameters.
Correct.
Houston may only have one more drive the quarter.
Correct.
Right? Wouldn't surprise you at all. Now, you like your chances, but I wonder.
That's a fly ball. It's a live ball.
I actually, Donnie, now that you bring it up.
Kevin's favorite play.
I'd love to know with Nico Collins' first quarter receiving yards, Donnie.
Yes.
To get to 5 is minus 210. To get to 10, minus 122. It's interesting there, but they don't go very high by the 5 yards there. There's some level of protection there. But I actually don't mind a look at that, now that you've mentioned that. They call it incomplete.
But you can't challenge that?
You can.
You could.
Why are we not challenging that 6-7 yard loss?
Right.
Which again, I don't mind because I actually need the Cowboys to do a little something here.
Right.
But why wouldn't that play not be challenged? And also, the key ingredient in that is every single person on the football field went after that because they knew it was a fumble, except the referees. My goodness.
Dallas now ends up right away. Lisi in a long situation here. Interested to see what they're able to do on a long third down. We'll break it down after a quick break.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circus Sports Million, Circus Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
We live in a society right now where everybody's a snowflake, everybody's a cupcake, and everybody thinks that nothing is fair. Everything is like, it's not fair. We should have a better chance. We need more. You know what? I'm old enough to remember when you needed to have a perfect goddamn record to win a college football championship. That's the way it was. 11-1, too bad.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Grandma Bear, who owns the football team, probably comes in, gives a little, oh, man, you're such a good little boy out there. Congratulations, the way you coach this football team. I'm never going to fire you.
Totally, I missed you. Pinching your own cheek as I was looking down and did not know we were getting.
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there with that guy named Ben. Like, that's what your grandma would do to you when you go see her on Thanksgiving or Christmas,
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Together, both Davante Adams and Garrett Wilson had huge nights. Aaron Rodgers loves the two big targets, and he says if this is going to happen, going to be very tough on the defense to decide who they want to go after.
Adams and this kid Wilson, I won't deny what they can do, but nobody else does jack.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Is that overshown? Who is it?
What feels like our longest commercial break ever,
Yes.
Despite they're all the same, led us to, unfortunately, miss with you what was one of the early plays of the game. Dallas goes for a fake punt.
Mm-hmm.
John Mechie,
Completed pass.
Lisi.
What if I told you fake punt completed pass?
Never happens. John Mechie, I mean, I'm telling you, if you're Houston, you've had some injuries in the secondary, I give the kid a shot.
Oh, Mechie made a couple of plays.
Yeah.
Did one in Alabama in the SEC championship game against Kyle Trask. Knocked the Florida defensive back completely blindsided. Kid's got instincts like a cat.
He sure does. Houston so far not able to make good on this drive, though, Donnie.
Boy.
Good. Make a move. We're making a move. We're making a move.
And all right, there you
Field
go.
goal. Kaimi field, Aaron.
Go for it?
No.
No?
No, you just stack.
I'm sitting on a long field goal ticket in the back pocket.
What's a good one?
Due to some family ties.
Yeah.
All right.
That's definitely a field goal.
Yeah, but that.
Oh, wait a
that
second.
gained a little too much
They're
yardage.
going.
Good
They're
call.
going.
I like the call.
Yeah. I like the call. Give me a completion. I need 5
Aggressive.
yards out. Come on,
Aggressive.
Nico. Show up. 80 yards doesn't count. Come
Hey,
on now.
don't forget Tank
No,
Dogs there
don't
along
try
with
to draw him
Schultz.
offside. Snap this football,
No, they're
please.
snapping
Snap
it.
the football,
They're snapping
please.
it.
You got
There we go.
free yardage.
Let's go.
I agree.
Let's
I
go.
think it's
Stand
the right
tall.
decision
Stand tall.
here.
What a
He
horrible
throws the
pass.
pick.
Give him a block.
Give him a block.
Don't
Come
go
on.
too far. Don't go too far. All right. A little juice.
All
That
right.
good?
Yeah.
I don't know. I need Nico
Should
to
he
get
have
a
knocked
catch.
it down?
No,
Selfish.
it was-
No, never.
He wants
never.
the stats.
Never.
Donnie, never in your life.
Look, I mean,
right?
Hail Mary passes, knock it down. What fool? Not a DB made that term, knock it down. Catch that football.
I brought this up with Kevin earlier. The series perspective, they have played, I believe, 5 or 6 times. The last 3 games have been decided, and I know it was a couple of years ago, but every time these teams play in-state, these guys
Remember
like
the
to
first
show
time
out.
they played?
01?
Jerry embarrassed.
Yeah, that was 01, right?
The
was
first
01,
season
98?
the Texans were a team. They beat the Cowboys with
Last three,
Quincy
though.
Carter, quarterback maybe
Was
back
he
then?
probably. 98, he graduated Georgia, so 98 to 01.
Quick
It was
update.
probably 01.
Yeah.
As you two always get in this thing, you start
And he
sharing
brings
war
up- he brings
stories.
up Quincy
he
Carter.
knows him. He knows Quincy.
No, it's all good. Houston went to his 16.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
After that, back down to 11.5. Total went up to 47.5. Back down to 44.5. This is one of those situations. I like the aggressiveness from Houston, but now if you're Dallas, what a win! You took a shot, right? You said,
Didn't
"Hey,
cost
we're
you.
trying to win this game," and you're right. It didn't cost them a thing, Donnie. They got to capitalize, though, now here with a little bit of life.
Yes, but I don't think they get aggressive, and I don't think they should. Just run your offense here and try to get first downs. That's a start. You can't get ahead of yourself. Like Cooper Rush couldn't even complete passes. How about we work on completing a pass or two here? Get a run that keeps you in front of the sticks. How about a 3rd and 3 instead of a 3rd and 8 here, Joe?
Yeah, they're protecting him, though. He hasn't been really pressured. They haven't. Every time they try to run with Dowdle, he's gotten stuffed, right? So we'll see how they come out. I mean, he's got a clean pocket. Now he's got to clean it up in regards to getting the ball to Lamb and those secondary wide receivers.
Yeah, I think Dallas. Yeah, they're not in a hurry up. I think.
No.
We talk sometimes first play. I'm thinking pass. I don't. Let me see if those odds are up. Actually, hold on a second here.
He's got 11 yards, right? That was on
First
that
play from scrimmage. It's -125 for a rush for 1+. I don't want to bet both completed and incomplete pass, but I actually think they will throw the ball in the first play here, Joe. I don't know
That's a
about
good
you.
look. No, I agree with you. I mean, they've been aggressive, right? Now you get the turnover. You're just going to run it, 3 yards and have a 3rd and long?
Yes.
Right.
No, Donnie, yes. That's all Donnie wants is run it, run it, run it. No, you have to be aggressive. Again, Houston's been aggressive with C.J. Stroud. They feel they have the much better offense. They're going to take shots. In order for Dallas, forget to just cover but potentially win, they got to at least get to 20, 23 points in this game. How are they going to get
win?
But that's what I'm saying. How are they going to get there? You can't just run it right now. You got to throw it.
Well, it's not to me actually about needing to throw. It's about needing Rush to see one go in the basket, right? And that's what the CD Lamb one was. Now I need to complete a pass
downfield.
Actually, yes, where I did something.
Yeah.
Right?
You might be right. This looks like a pass here. Here we go.
Yeah.
Go deep. All right.
That's the completed pass there. That was about +250.
Yeah.
Is that Ferguson?
For a completed pass there. And here's my thing, Joe. Like, I know that worked. They could go right back to the run here, to me. I understand you probably want them to stay on it a little bit and throw.
Terrible pass here as they show it again. I mean, what are we doing out here?
Just a little miscommunication.
Yep.
Right? Not in full rhythm there. Might just have been a bad ball by CJ, honestly, more than anything.
Yeah, because
if he hits him on the inside, he might have walked in, actually.
Oh, reverse.
Tricky.
Around. They've tried this a lot more this season than years prior.
All right.
Yeah.
We got a little tempo.
Limited
here.
on weapons here. Like to see it. That's a first down. Keep going, Dallas, man. Keep this game going.
They scored here. What do you think? 7.5 still, or you think it's under that?
I think 6.5. I think it would be Houston with the football. I think it would be 6.5 if they score a touchdown. I'm assuming you're asking, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it would be 6.5.
7 up. You think 6.5?
I think so. I don't think it's. I don't think.
I was going to say 4.5.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying because Dallas is showing a little life.
Yeah.
Weather the storm.
Okay.
I'm just saying Houston struggled against Aaron Rodgers last time they were on prime time. You can't have that.
Collapsing him.
They cannot run the football tonight. That's obvious early
By the way,
on.
also running the football. Get under center, hand it off, man. Let the guy get a lane there. This shotgun snap, man. They are just crashing in on this play. This play had no chance from the beginning. As soon as that ball snapped, watch the run blitz here come up. My goodness.
Nobody's blocking coming off the edge.
I mean, 73 doesn't even have a man. That is always one of my bigger pet peeves when an offensive lineman has no one as someone's getting tackled in the backfield.
Correct.
And it's like, okay, you didn't pick that guy up to do nothing?
Yes.
Like, I don't understand how you thought that was the better situation there.
All right.
He's going to get a lot of carries. He's going to get good carries tonight. He is.
That's his fourth rush?
Yeah.
So now,
What do you have, 13?
if you're Dallas, you're at their 41-yard line.
4 down territory. If they get a fourth
on a
and
3rd and 8. Now, if you have Brandon Aubrey, actually, I'd run it.
No.
I'd run it.
No.
Why not?
I'm throwing this football.
Really? Okay.
I'm not relying on 2 yards here. You got to pick up a little bit of a chunk. You got to get 5+ yards to really get back in range.
I guess my thing is, Donnie, is you could always get there with a run.
Yeah.
But knowing that I'm in my kicker's range.
Yeah. Look like offsides, no? Oh, my
Oh, where's he throwing that
I was
ball?
I was right.
Holy
It's a terrible decision.
moly.
It's a really, really terrible decision.
Now, let's have a conversation here because
It's a really
lot of
terrible
us were looking at this game, myself included. I didn't want to take a lot of props on the Dallas Cowboys. I just figured CeeDee Lamb would get a lot of targets, and he will throughout the game, and I think he's still going to have an okay night. But Cooper Rush was so bad last week. He looks the same way this week. And you can't even say, like, well, he hit the wall like he's old. Like, all you're asked to do is stand in a pocket and throw a 10-yard pass, and he looks terrible.
Looks like a communication barrier there between him and CD. I don't know if it's on CD running the wrong route. Anticipation. We'll see.
Listen, it's easy to say, I guess, through hindsight, but I was right. They should have ran
Run it, get none, no yards, then what?
Kick the field goal. What are you talking about? Brandon Aubrey?
What, we just kicking 58-yarders out there?
Backwards.
Now,
Brandon Aubrey?
Yeah, you wanted that because you have the long field goal. We got you.
No,
that's a Lisi move right there.
No,
always got to bring me into it.
First of all, if we are going to play that, obviously you wanted to throw because of where your props lined up.
No, but
I
already have my first quarter done.
No, my point was, in that situation, a run to me guarantees yardage, and you just
based on what he's lost 2 of his carries.
The literal play before they ran on 2nd and 12 to pick up 4.
Yeah. But what the plays before that? Backwards.
No, only one of his runs went backwards.
You sure
of his
about
4?
that?
I'm positive of that. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm positive of that. Your pathway led to an interception. My pathway would have led to points.
I don't know.
I'm going to agree with Kevin.
Attaboy, Joe. No, Joe, you're starting to really coming together. I like what I'm seeing from you. Not bad. This Lisi really breaking out. 14.5 is the Dallas number, Lisi. You could get me in on it. We're back with you right here on SportsGrid. Quick break.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in this set than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long, people.
What in the world is going on in Miami, Dom?
It's not particularly anything to shy away from just because many people are on top of it.
Hot take.
I think this line is asking you once again to take New Orleans.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
you right here on Sports Grid. Micah Parsons with a costly offsides penalty there puts all of a sudden the Texans, Donnie, in a great position to pick up this first down.
By the way, you know what I love? Smart football. You have a free play, throw it away. You know what I mean? What good can happen? Come on now, young quarterback. But first start on a Monday night, Joe. We seeing anything out of C.J. Stroud that you don't like here in that first Monday night start?
He played on a Thursday night start, so Monday night I don't think is anything different.
Up off sides too.
You know, Sunday he was inconsistent.
Nico,
second half.
Nico,
There you go.
All right, there you go. He's happy now.
All right.
There you go.
All right.
He
Can I go
wasted
home?
the play.
Can I go home?
He blew through his number. 20 yards in the first quarter, blew right through it. That's it. So, no, I mean, this is an important drive. You have the ability to go up 10-0 or 14 and really put the pressure on Cooper Rush and the passing attack. They fall behind 14-0. Going to be very difficult for Dallas.
I'm telling you, I'm still going to stick to the tune that they're still going to run the running back repeatedly through tonight, regardless of what the score is, Joe.
Yeah, but
I mean, you're
we're
down
also in the first half.
But I'm playing doomsday scenario, what I already said at Cooper Rush, where it's just a matter of what the Texans actually feel like they're doing on offense, right?
Boy. Who's
see.
that?
That's Tank Dell.
Now, that can't be offensive pass
What
interference,
is this
right?
now? Illegal contact? I hope
it's illegal contact.
I have Tank Dell. Is
Me
that
too.
Tank Dell? Or?
That's over 25 yards.
I mean,
look at his jersey. Come on now.
I think that was
everyone's walking down the field.
Come on, keep walking.
Right.
Keep
Let's
walking.
See. Live spreads up to 16
Can you get me Schultz? Can we root this in? Can I get Dalton Schultz?
Spreads up to 16
He played coy last week, Joe, in the first half. Got a nice couple catches.
I didn't take
half.
the yards today. I took the touchdown.
Wow.
Going back home.
You think this goes to 17.5 with a score, with a touchdown?
14-0 might go
Tank's
to
got
20.
26. Perfect.
Might go to 20.5. I know it sounds crazy, but what has Dallas offense showed you right now? I know, but the turnovers. I mean, all right, Stroud throws a turnover. You know he's going to bounce back.
No, but my point is, like, Dallas has had 2 possessions, one crossed into
Can I play devil's advocate?
territory.
They've been blown out at home every game.
Yeah.
So who's to say that this isn't going to be another blowout? I hope not.
Right. Look, I think it certainly could be, Joe. Right. I'm not telling you that things are looking great for the Cowboys. Right. I'm just.
I don't know where to go right now. I mean, I'm hoping that Houston does score. Obviously, sitting on the over, sitting on a couple of touchdowns for Dalton Schultz, and knowing where Dallas has, I have more on the receiving game for Dallas than I do Rico. I have one, safety bet with Rico 50-plus yards. But I don't even, again, you don't want them to become one-dimensional, but the offensive line looks terrible in run blocking right now.
Right.
Last time we saw Mixon with the football.
Can we tackle the guy? I mean, unbelievable with Joe Mixon. You think Cincinnati misses him? I know Chase Brown put up 86 last
It's funny
night.
you say that because I loved Mixon going to the Texans. I actually didn't even think Mixon would be this good on the Texans. He's been better than I thought he would be, but I love Chase Brown.
Looks like he's back.
Chase Brown looks really good.
He had a great game last night. I mean, Mixon looks like he's back with Baker and Norman. He looks younger this year than he has at any point during his career in Cincinnati. Unbelievable.
He's been a machine for this team.
He has.
Total yardage, the touchdowns have been there. He's been really, really good, but he's priced like it.
Yeah, forget the curve, Ricky. Go to Dalton.
We need a touchdown pass. Pick up the first down.
He didn't get it.
Nope.
Wasn't
Field goal.
close.
Field goal time.
No, field goal. It's 4th and an inch.
But again, if you're Dallas, make a play here.
Right.
I mean, they're giving you an opportunity.
See, now, can I just bring up the Micah conversation?
Go.
Okay.
This is a game with limited support offensively.
Yep.
Your backup quarterback, you want to be priced with Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, you name, Bosa, whoever.
Yep.
This is a game you take over, isn't it? This is a game that you take over, you win it with the defense.
What are we doing with this play?
I think.
I hope they sneak it.
Tall sweep?
No, sneak it just under center. Push him.
He's not going to sneak.
Oh, boy. Dive!
He's got it. He's not in. I don't think he's in, is he?
He's
nope, short.
1 yard line. All right.
Mixon
2 touchdowns first quarter? Is that what we're looking at?
It's very possible.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if they're going to give him the call here on first.
How close was he here?
Run.
How
How
close?
close?
1 yard line. I think that knee hit's pretty good.
Yeah.
Half yard line.
Like to see a little pop pass to Schultz.
I know you
love it. Would love it. Do you have an anytime touchdown?
Yeah.
Oh.
Plus 370.
Oh.
Give me the pop pass. Let the kid eat.
You too, man. Just two guys never listening to one another talk. I can't believe you just asked him If he has a Schultz touchdown.
I don't know. Maybe he has him over 1 yard catch. Who knows?
Stuff him.
He's short.
He
He's
didn't
short.
get
No,
it.
I didn't get it.
Now they should just.
What's the now? Wait a
touchdown.
second. You got to be kidding me with this ref. There's no shot. That guy watched that and called it a touchdown. The Mixon's dancing. He's gonna have to get back in the huddle and dance again.
I got to.
What are we doing
That was
here?
awful.
Come on, his
Let's see.
elbow
Hold
is
on.
there's forearms down right here.
It's not close. It's really not close.
Ooh. Yeah, there he's down. Wrist down.
But the officiating, man, has been so bad.
It's down right there.
I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
Did you guys see the call last night by chance?
Which one?
Which one? There were
They
many.
called the rough. Did you think I was going to maybe
upset.
answer that question?
Wow, Joe, come on.
Just throwing
No,
it
it's
out
all right.
there.
Why don't you host the show? Go ahead.
Let's go.
In-game
Come on.
live, pro
Here we-
football.
No.
Today.
So you don't start, dude. Come on, let's talk.
What do you want to talk about? Dalton Schultz, anytime touchdown, plus 370? Forget the curve.
Now,
Come
hold
on,
What
this
was
is
the,
it,
what was the
CJ. Be
upsetting part
aggressive.
about that answer, though? Which one? There was a lot. All right, here we go. Stop them. Oh, my goodness. Cutback City. Cutback City. What's this game's final score going to be? We getting them back in on the Cowboys? What do we got?
No, I don't know. I'm like, this is it now. Blowout.
Yeah, but why are we
Cooper
upset, though?
Rush.
It's only first quarter.
Yeah,
Like, what
but
do we
then
need? All our
this
numbers
takes
are
out the
possible.
passing game
No, it
now.
doesn't. We got the whole half, Joe. We got the
Come
whole
on,
half to get
we're
there.
done here. He's very quiet. Look, just sitting back. That's it. So let me tell you about the bad missed call last night.
Go
Which
ahead.
one?
Which
There
one
were-
do you think it was?
Well, there were many, Donnie. But
Yeah.
the one I'm talking about last
Okay.
night. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
Talking
Oh,
Throw out one of them.
throw it one.
What, in last night's game?
Pass
No, I was
interference?
talking about the ones in
Roughing the
4 o'clock.
passer.
No.
He's talking about the ones at 4 o'clock. I'm going to do the show. I'm telling you. I'm going to do this show by myself. The Texans are up to a 17.5-point favorite. The total is down, though, 44.5, down from the 46.5s and 47.5s that we did see. Stroud's passing prop continuing to fall due to the blowout nature that this game is now projecting. It's 226.5. Cooper Rush is at 177.5. If you are worried about the benching, you could certainly get in on that number. Mixon up to 125.5 and a score. To get 3 touchdowns, he's minus 115. He's already got 2. We'll be right back with you here on In-Game Live.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circa Sports Million, Circa Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With 2 former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
We live in a society right now where everybody's a snowflake, everybody's a cupcake, and everybody thinks that nothing is fair. Everything is like, it's not fair. We should have a better chance. We need more. You know what? I'm old enough to remember when you needed to have a perfect goddamn record to win a college football championship. That's the way it was. 11-1, too bad.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Grandma Bear, who owns the football team, probably comes in, gives a little,
oh, man, you're such a good little boy out there. Congratulations, the way you coach this football team. I'm never going to fire you.
Totally, I missed you pinching your own cheek as I was
that's what your
looking down
grandma
and did
does,
not know
right?
we were getting.
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there with that guy named Ben.
like that's what your grandma would do to you when you go see her on Thanksgiving or Christmas,
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Together, both Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson had huge nights. Aaron Rodgers loves the 2 big targets, and he says if this is going to happen, going to be very tough on the defense to decide who they want to go after.
Adams and this kid Wilson, I won't deny what they can do, but nobody else does jack.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
back with you on In-Game Live. We're talking bagels because now I want answers to some
Bagels
questions.
for the Cowboys right
Just out
now.
of curiosity,
Yes.
because you know where we're talking. Do you know where the Rook Coffee is? Right
No.
by the general store.
No.
Wow.
How do you not know?
Because it's only on the left side. Over to the right is an office park. I don't go in there.
No, the little. I'll show it to you.
You're going to have to show it to me because I bring in bagel.
No, it's fine.
No.
Yep.
Bagels are hard. I'm not a bagel guy, but apparently the bagels
It's all
were
good.
very hard last.
17.5 is the spread here. Does anybody have any interest on
None.
Dallas?
Zero.
I
Zero.
do, but I'm not doing it.
So you're going to pull the trigger?
Nah,
I'm already committed. It's 7.5 and 11.
I think this is, though,
What about the total?
I want to be smart about what I have, right? And I have bets tied to Dallas
Yeah.
being somewhat competent, which means I don't need 17.5 because, if they put together a nice drive here, well, that's better than me holding 17.5 for what I already have.
Okay, but the total is light then, 44, because Dallas has to score. And do we believe that Houston's just going to let up?
Not really.
So
no.
the question is, how much do we think Dallas is going to give us? Could they give us 13 to 17 at some point? Because if that's the case, we're going to blow through this total.
They've given us nothing so far.
What do we think? So the Texans team total is already up to 30.5.
Yeah.
Which would be what, 17 more points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind it either. You know what? I don't mind Stroud to throw 2 touchdowns.
Yes, I don't mind it
It's
either.
plus 265.
Correct.
See, now, I know a lot of you out there, I'm sure, with some live boosts, but Stroud to throw 1 touchdown pass is around minus 210. I don't think they get out of here without, him tossing a touchdown. Minus 250.
For who?
Stroud.
No, he's definitely throwing a touchdown tonight. Yeah.
Now, it'll probably hold in that range until halftime, but I don't think that's a bad number.
Here's what we can't have in this game. A pick six.
Yeah.
Dallas throws a pick six.
Yep.
Let's just say in the next, I'm not even talking this drive. Let's just say they go drive for drive, punt. They throw a pick six. It's 21-0. It completely changes the outlook on this football game. It really does.
You got to get a first down though too. You can't give them the ball back. Defense has been out there.
Dowdle's not a great running back. He's a decent back. It just looks like the running game is not going to work tonight, at all.
21 yards.
They're just keying on everything here.
3.5 yards per rush.
And how do you loosen up for the running game, Joe? Take some deep. Sometimes you just got to take a shotgun snap, 1, 2, 3, launch the ball deep. Hey, guys, we can actually throw the ball deep.
They have 21 yards rushing. 13 came on the end around for CD.
Yes,
so basically they have nothing.
Yeah.
But to be clear, the passing game's also been atrocious.
Right. I know. But
Cooper Rush is averaging 4.2 yards a pass. It's not nothing's happened so far. Now, we did just get an update in the back, which is an important one, that Jake Ferguson has ruled out with a concussion.
Whoa.
Now, I know that's going to bang up some parlays.
Boy, I didn't think I caught it. That was one of those guys I was certainly keen on today on that. I don't have Ferguson in anything.
Wow.
Me neither. Thankfully.
CD's at 60.5, Dowdle 16.5, Tolbert 19. I mean, someone's got to catch the ball on this team.
He caught 1 yard for 11. Oh, you know what? He did get smashed on that one play. Or was that? No, that was Schultz.
No.
Ferguson caught the ball over the middle.
He didn't get smashed, did he?
No. I mean.
I don't know if he got smashed.
I don't know.
Right over the middle.
Yeah.
But now, let me pull up last week's Dallas to see.
It was Junior Thomas.
Tolbert had some touches. I think he had 21 yards, and that was it.
So last week, right, just to break out the targets.
Yeah.
5 went to Ferguson. 10 went to Lamb. 5 went to Tolbert. 4 to Jalen Brooks. Dowdle with 3. Schoonmaker 1. And Hunter Lupke got 1.
Yeah.
Now, I think one thing you probably want to kind of from the equation is how many of these were balls thrown by Lance?
Yeah.
Right? Because that is obviously when this thing was so far gone within this game here. Now, he threw a little bit to Lamb, a little bit to Ferguson within that football game. He threw one of those to Brooks. He threw the one target that Schoonmaker did get.
But, if we're looking at this game, who is your target player right now?
Dallas?
It'd be for the game. CeeDee Lamb for me right now.
It's Tolbert. I started it just because, again, I figure all the money's going on CD. I think elite, but Tolbert had a 24.5 total. He's a big play wide receiver. He had 82 yards. He had 5 targets last week. What happened there?
CeeDee Lamb, false start.
All right. This game is becoming ugly right now.
Oh, my goodness.
I will say, though, because whether Rush gets benched or not, the position players are safe. I actually am going to agree with Lisi about Tolbert. Much lower number, Donnie. Didn't come into the game injured like Lamb did. I'm interested in the Jalen Tolbert props. We'll keep looking at him with you right here, though, on a Monday night.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circus Sports Million, Circus Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
We live in a society right now where everybody's a snowflake, everybody's a cupcake, and everybody thinks that nothing is fair. Everything is like, it's not fair. We should have a better chance. We need more. You know what? I'm old enough to remember when you needed to have a perfect goddamn record to win a college football championship. That's the way it was. 11-1, too bad.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Grandma Bear, who owns the football team, probably comes in, gives a little,
Oh, man, you're such a good little boy out there. Congratulations. The way you coach this football team, I'm never going to fire you.
Totally, I missed you pinching your own cheek as I was looking down and did not know we were getting.
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there with that guy named Ben.
like that's what your grandma would do to you when you go see her on Thanksgiving or Christmas,
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Together, both Davante Adams and Garrett Wilson had huge nights. Aaron Rodgers loves the two big targets, and he says if this is going to happen, going to be very tough on the defense to decide who they want to go after.
Adams and this kid, Wilson, I won't deny what they can do, but nobody else does jack.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back. Right
Never
here on
been so
In-Game
happy.
Live. Kevin Walsh, Donnie Rightside, Joe Lisi.
I'm
I'm starting to think that we should just talk about our home lives here during the segments, because all the exciting stuff will happen during the breaks.
Yep.
We just saw a 64-yard catch-and-run touchdown by Cooper Rush. Did a nice job hitting Turpin on the slant, and he exploded as this game now is certainly opening up in a completely different capacity. All of a sudden, Rush is up to 231.5 for his passing yards.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, Lisa, to get that second passing touchdown, why can't I find it? Did they get rid of it? Oh, no, there it is. Sorry.
Don't even want to let you get it.
-125 to get to 2.
I mean, it's good.
two now.
Turpin was the player not even listed on FanDuel as one of the props. So I'm sure he's on there now after the big catch. But that's what you have to do. Take the pressure now off of Cooper Rush. He makes a short to intermediate throw, takes it to the house, and now the defense and special teams step up, put him inside the 10-yard line. Got to get a stop.
Yeah.
If you took the 11.5, 16.5, now you're cooking here, because if you get a 3 and out, most likely a short field, then you have an opportunity to either tie it or cut it to 4.
Total
Needed
to
a
the
big
moon.
play.
51.5, Donnie, now.
Needed a big play, and you got one out of a punt return. Hey, punt return to get in an open space. They can turn it on. That's gas.
Not only that, he's up to 89, Cooper Rush, so that 500.
Plus 125, that an updated number.
All right,
we're
sitting good. We're sitting good. And now, we can get, I think more importantly, let's get Cooper Rush to about at least 175, 200. Can we get another 90 yards in this?
First half?
I'm interested now in, and do I go now? See, I think Stroud just throws all over this team.
You think he just opens it up?
I think there's loads of
Bobby
deep shots.
Slowick says, you know what? You want to play up tempo? We'll play up tempo.
Again, everything opens back up. Dowdle can stay in the game. Nico Collins opens back up. Stroud opens back up because anytime you get that little bit of a pushback, it buys you a couple more drives, even if you continue to extend the lead. So it's good stuff.
And they might take a shot here. And I'm just saying because they've done that before, especially in the game. I think it was Buffalo where he hit him over the top. Yeah. What was it, like a 70-yard post to Nico Collins? But you got to believe that Dallas is going to be pinning their ears back, look and run here. They go play action, could be a wide open kill shot or Tank Dell.
Let's see if I can get this in before we get back. Because
what do you want to do?
I'm going to play. And usually I like to wait for halftime for my boosts and whatnot. I'm taking Stroud for 250 right now.
All right.
Here's my thing. They're on the 8-yard line.
That's 92 possible yards.
If it's going to happen, it's going to happen now.
Mm-hmm.
Here's where I'm going to be upset, right? And this can happen, and I know people don't put it out in the air. It is what it is. I don't control the game. Is if, like, Mixon hits a 50-yard run, yeah, that'll mess things up. But there's a lot of yardage available here, and if they end up punting, then we're in a game. So I want to play it now before it's too late. I've seen open receivers all game for this team. I'm going to try and take my chance here with C.J. Stroud, 250+.
No, it's a good look. I want to throw this out in terms of Dallas's team total. 23.5 plus 194.
Okay.
I mean.
I like the over then, I think, for me.
But the total 51.5?
I'd rather 51.5 because then I think they can just both keep going, worst case scenario.
All right.
Like, to your point, Joe.
Marquise Bell?
To your point, though, Joe, right, where Dallas all of a sudden has life, but they've not done anything defensively.
No, I know.
Houston,
right? No, it's a good point.
Stack results up on this team. I think.
Let's see. Don't run. I'd love to see them be aggressive here.
No Nico Collins, I don't think, is in the game right now.
Why?
I'm just saying maybe it's a run formation. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How did he get out of that? I thought he lost 2 yards.
Yeah.
Before I even found where he was.
You see Trayvon Diggs go. What am I doing here? I got to tackle this guy?
Hold on. I mean, that was
unbelievable. They didn't wrap him up.
93 went to go and tackle somebody else. I mean, but I don't blame him. My eyes went the same way. That was a really nice job. I love a deep shot here. So many teams just say, how do we get the yard? You know? I love a deep shot on that 2nd and 1.
Do you ever watch those plays with the false starts right there where the ref clearly doesn't say, but everybody points out and they feel like, oh, my goodness, we must have missed one. I got to throw this.
Do they get graded on that now?
Yes, they do.
Let's just say Monday comes or Tuesday, for that matter. Do they go, you blew it?
I'll tell you this.
I know they do, but I'm saying
I'm sure they do.
Egregious calls.
One bad grading that's going to come down happened on Sunday night. There was a penalty where I don't know if you guys did see
at one point,
but they called a roughing the passer against, I believe, Trey Hendrickson for pulling down Herbert by the collar.
Correct.
To which Collinsworth goes,
"You can't."
Hey, that's not a penalty, right? And I believe it's Pereira goes,
"Yes,
yeah, no, that's not a penalty." Which I don't understand how it stood. Like, how could Collinsworth go, hey, that isn't a penalty, right? And the ref still calls it, and it doesn't get overturned.
But here's the thing, though, because I did watch that play. Did they call it roughing the passer?
Mm-hmm.
Because it really was roughing the passer. He didn't have to pull him down after the play was over like that.
But that's not
like if he would have sacked him that way. There's no penalty.
Yeah. But from what from the conversation they were having, Donnie, which is a rarity,
correct,
was essentially, hey, Mike, that's not a penalty, isn't it? He was like, Chris, not at all.
Yep.
And then it was just 15 yards the other way. Which
well, then
was
why don't they
stunning.
follow that up with Mike? Why'd they call it then? And just see what Pereira says.
You think Mike's going to be?
Yeah.
He doesn't know the rules.
Combative, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Didn't brush up on the rules there, guys.
Well, then, Mike, what are we looking at here? Wake up. Micah Parsons. Don't worry. Talk about it on the podcast tomorrow.
Big money for Micah in the offseason.
Yeah, big money. He never steps up in a big game. Here's a big game. Have you seen him? What's he done? No sacks.
It's a big game.
It's a primetime game.
It's not a big game.
Well, it's a better opponent than them.
Listen, Parsons has been very good for this team.
Okay.
I don't look at Micah Parsons as
he's the problem.
Yeah, I don't think so.
There you go, Joe. Look at Parsons in there. Look at him.
What a stuff. Him and 3 other people.
Where's Undershown out there? That's my guy. Let's go. Sacks and sacks
I will
and
say,
sacks.
like, if you are Dallas, I'm fascinated to know what that offseason is going to look like. Because if you look at it now, I mean, at 3-6, this isn't the AFC. Like, if this in the AFC at 3-6, you get a win, you're in the mix. Miami Dolphins. At 3-6 in the you're not in the mix. The whole NFC West is like 5 wins at least.
Yeah.
You know, and almost the same is true for the North. I mean, you're just there's too many teams you have to try and leap here. Where Donnie, again, even an upset, it's not going to salvage things.
No, it doesn't. And you're right about that, because if it was a really bad, that's a nice setup play right there.
Ooh. Look at this.
Yeah, probably blocking.
Out of a cannon!
Blocking the
Go!
back block. Where's the flag?
No,
What is that touchdown?
What are you
I thought
talking
there was
about?
Wow.
Called it.
Oh,
this blocking the
Saw the ref.
backwoods.
Yep, right when he broke out at the first down marker. Guy just blasted him right in the back.
You know,
I didn't
it's
know
crazy.
You were
I
giving,
thought
good Sorry, I didn't know you were giving just like real analysis. I thought you were
rooting for a flag. When I have a touchdown pass, I was like, tackle
well, that's why I
him!
couldn't figure out what you needed. I was
but
like,
it's a spot foul. It's after the first down, right? So
no, it's coming back.
Is it?
Yeah.
We spend so much time in these games rooting for what we need.
Like what are we doing here?
Oh my gosh, we got no yardage. That wasn't a penalty.
Yeah, he grabbed him by the
Was it?
Should be holding. They're probably called holding. Yeah, I saw the rep. Personal foul. Shot.
Whoa!
Sensational. Now that was unexpected.
Well, I'll bring.
Now hold on. He holds the guy, and they get caught for a chop block.
That's
Man,
even better.
oh, that's my guy.
It's a great call.
Yeah. Great
they
number.
threw it up because I just had a look. 6+ touchdowns for Mixon, 180-1. He's the only player listed.
Wow.
I'm just saying, he's got 2.
That call.
Was there anyone else you were looking
I was
for
like
in
6,
the market?
No, but I was like,
how much is
listed?
5? Like, where's your stop point, Lisi? If you're interested, I'm listening.
I'm not interested, but the fact
You're
that
not.
Well, I mean,
Where's this ball? Inside the 10?
No,
I don't know if it's after
15.
Yeah, tackler on the 20. No.
We need a passing touchdown here, Don.
Schultz.
We absolutely do.
Schultz.
All right, we're running up against the break here.
That was young Schultz.
180-1 for Mixon against 6 scores. Let's see what we get here from our guy Stroud.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on Sports. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in this set than I do for this year. I'm ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long, people.
What in the world is going on in Miami, Dom?
It's not particularly anything to shy away from.
Let it go with it.
All right, we're back right here on Sports Grid. Texans, little too mixing heavy, maybe a 3rd and 3 run play. Now, I want to be fair.
Yeah.
We kind of like that because it could open up going forward on a 4th and short.
Yeah.
Instead, he loses a yard. It sends out the field goal team here. Delay a game. Intentional?
I don't know.
Because isn't that a thing, though, Donnie, where like sometimes it like
In
you can
college.
get too close?
In
Well,
college.
It would be back in the
because
day.
they don't
yeah.
have the hashes, the hash marks.
It's just weird, the angles.
Yeah, the angles. Sometimes a 28-yarder is like on almost
Well, they do have hash.
40. Well, but the hash marks are different
Wider
than the
hash
yeah,
marks,
wider.
yeah.
Okay, that's what it is.
NFL
All right.
has what?
Yeah.
4? College
You remember
has 2.
seeing them sit like they, back in the day? It was like to say what 80s and early 90s. When did they change the hash marks in college? Even shorter. Like used to be, Kevin. You'd get some field goals that were like
On a
trick
45
shots,
yeah.
like
45-degree angle.
like a 20-yard field goal was a trick shot. Like there's no way he makes this.
They might have changed it like mid-2000s, right?
Was it that late?
I don't know. I could be
Yeah.
wrong. Don't quote me.
Oklahoma can't run the football anymore. The hash marks too close now.
Oklahoma, big game against
That
Alabama.
should be a fun one.
Yeah.
13
We might
and a
have to
half.
watch that together.
Field goal goes up and in.
Yep.
51 and a half total. Does anybody want to run to anything? Donnie, I'll go to you first. They're still feeling it out.
Probably still towards the Texans because I like the fact that it sounds kind of funny. Like the field goal there gives you a chance to get even more yards for Stroud because it wasn't a touchdown to make it 14 points. I still think like Nico Collins, haven't seen him yet outside of that one slip screen where he went the distance. I think they need to work him in. Mixon, I still think is live. From a Cowboys perspective, for me, it's still going. Like, I did take CeeDee Lamb to start the game, but he's the target monster. So I'm not going to look anywhere else still but CeeDee Lamb. You're down double digits. Feed the beast. That's all I want to see. Just feed the beast, and everybody will work off of it.
Yeah, the fact that he opened it up to Turpin in terms of that last drive, that's great for Dallas. I mean, we're looking okay. I think we're over 220. Stroud at 140 and 89, so we're at 229.
Yep.
So that's not bad. We're looking good there. I still, again, secondary receivers for me. I do have Lamb 50-plus in one parlay. I'm still going on Tolbert. If they hang a number on Turpin, I might throw that down in terms of the half. I always like to go, with the hot hand, especially in regards to that. Tight end is out of the equation for the most part with Jake Ferguson in the 10th. So, top 3 wideouts. Obviously CD, but then Tolbert and Turpin now.
Yeah, one number that stood out to me, sometimes I don't know, but I think you may love a clean number if you're a coach. Mixon for 200 total yards in this game is now plus 250.
It's a good look.
He's at 108 currently. I don't know if there's some desire to get him to that number, but that's, he's obviously not far off, and he's a huge focal point of what they're doing so far in this football game here. So that was something that kind of stood out to me. One number that, and again, I know I don't play a ton of unders. Maybe I should. Stroud currently has 3 rushing yards. Live number 6.5.
Yeah.
Not really much of any reason for him to run.
No,
right?
but
Pocket's been, for the most part, clean. He's had time. If you look at it this season in victories, he's not ran a ton. He's had a few games, but that I might be factoring in the nature of this game more. Like, I don't think there's going to be a moment, now watching it, where he's trailing. It feels unlikely that there's going to be a moment they're trailing, Joe.
No, but if it's close, and let's say a one-score game, if they cut it to 17-10 or 17-14, and then let's just say it plays out through the fourth quarter, he might, with the game on the line, that's one run, 3.5 yards. So for me, again, if you're going to bet it, I'll root it in for you. It's just, it's not worth that because that could happen on any play.
Absolutely.
Unless it's a blowout, right? The only thing that takes that out of the equation is a blow where they extend now. But the one number that they just had that they took off, and if you like Collins was down to 49.5. Tank Dell to me, he's 26 with the big reception, 50, I believe 56.5 or 59.5. So that's not bad. I still think Tank Dell could eat in this game, and if you want to take a shot on Schultz, 20 up to 39.5.
Yeah, I don't. I made the Stroud bet, and I got some good returns on that drive.
Schultz. They just reposted him. 34.5 for Schultz. Tank Dell, 52 and a hook, and still 49.5 for Nico Collins.
Yeah, I think what's so interesting now, you have these 3 Dallas drives, right? Drive number 1, pretty sloppy. Drive 2, you get right into territory, but he throws the pick, and we're like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
that third drive, it was a 3rd and 10 where Turpin hit that play. So it felt like the game was about to shift into, we can't sit here all night. You have this 4th drive. Is this the middle? Is this where we find out whether they can sustain anything? And
yeah.
I mean,
boom,
right there.
Get up there. Hold down.
Go down.
Yeah, really. Holding it like a loaf of bread over there. Gotta get that
the bread man.
Could Cooper Rush throw for 300 now? I know it sounds crazy, but are we just going to open this up? Could be. I mean, he might throw for 3. Now I'm upset. 3+ touchdowns. Isn't that what I was originally going to give out?
For who?
Sell me
Rush.
some.
Is that what it was? Was him for 3?
2 or 3, yeah.
Was that why you took Minshew for 3? Minshew threw 2, right? And a good amount of yardage. He's up to 239.5, Cooper Rush. The 500 combo, Lisi's at minus 155.
All right, so we're looking good there.
If you want Rush for 300, you're getting plus 430.
It was 550 a little while ago.
Stroud's up to 273.5.
All right.
Stroud's at 225. I mean, Lisi, if you want to get crazy, them to combine for 600, it's plus 450. Is that enough for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's
not terrible.
It's not bad. I mean, we have 24 points. We got 8 minutes left in the second.
And the total's staying low because they're like, there's no way.
There's no way they can maintain
It's going to settle in. It's going to stop. It's going to be turnovers.
I'm not taking overtime.
You want to know what it is, though?
Yeah, give it to me.
What would it need to be for you to take it?
30-1.
Anything over 10-1.
25-1.
30. I need 30.
Overtime, baby.
It's your best one. The best bet. What do we think about Gladiator 2, by the way? Hot or cold? Come on, real quick.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't think I saw the first one, so...
What?
I guess I'd have to...
Wait a second. Nah, see, that's a bad response.
I don't think I saw the first
one.
Yeah,
that's both of you. Just
Hold on.
Get off the set right now. Yeah, get off the set right now.
Well, no, I'll just say this. For a long time,
yeah.
I was kind of the guy where if you turn, you'd be like, hey, have you seen this? Like, no. Like, it's just a lot of stuff I haven't. Now, I've tried to clean that up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, making sure I went and watched, like, The Godfathers 1 and 2.
Fantastic.
But,
I watch it all the time.
Oh, that's a given.
Yeah.
All right.
But see, when I was in college, I didn't see it yet, though.
And I'm still in college. We'll be right back.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circus Sports Million, Circus Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With 2 former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
We live in a society right now where everybody's a snowflake, everybody's a cupcake, and everybody thinks that nothing is fair. Everything is like, it's not fair. We should have a better chance. We need more. You know what? I'm old enough to remember when you needed to have a perfect goddamn record to win a college football championship. That's the way it was. 11-1, too bad.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Grandma Bear, who owns the football team, probably comes in, gives a little,
oh, man, you're such a good little boy out there. Congratulations, the way you coach this football team. I'm never going to fire you.
Totally, I missed you pinching your own cheek. Because I was looking down and did not know we were getting...
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there with that guy named Ben.
Like, that's what your grandma would do to you when you go see her on Thanksgiving or Christmas,
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Together, both Davante Adams and Garrett Wilson had huge nights. Aaron Rodgers loves the 2 big targets, and he says if this is going to happen, going to be very tough on the defense to decide who they want to go after.
Adams and this kid, Wilson, I won't deny what they can do, but nobody else does jack.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
right, back with you here on Sports Grid on a Monday night, and we get a nice little play there from Cooper Rush.
Ooh.
Keeps it moving here. Span.
Who are these guys, man? The backup tight ends eating out here today.
XFL players.
Replacements.
Where's he
Keanu
from?
Reeves under center
Where's
right
he from?
now.
Stanford?
I couldn't tell you right now.
Brevin Spanford.
Look at
Minnesota,
this guy.
Donnie.
Wow.
Rookie.
That name fits a Minnesota player, so there you go.
Does. Golden Gophers having a decent
We get a
season
touchdown
here.
here? 31 points would be great.
Would we?
It's possible. It's
Come on.
certainly possible here. Man, sometimes you
Go
just
deep.
got to
Open
set
it up.
up.
Open it up, Coop.
Deep.
Scooney? Was that Scooney again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to run it here on second.
I don't know. He might be going backwards.
No, you probably are. I think with the way he's playing, a run here would be a mistake. I think positive yardage is great. I think we could talk, if he goes incomplete again, I may run it on third down so he doesn't throw a pick or something like that.
Yeah.
But you now are getting more negative results out of your rush attack than positive.
Yeah.
It's important that
He had 'em, too.
you got to get points here. I mean,
They're
no
in points
penalties. Go get it. Get up.
Is that a run?
No. Get up there. All right.
Does this guy have any moves?
No.
Did I underestimate this guy even to get like 25 yards?
Rush receiving,
Fine,
Donnie, is
Yeah,
it?
one
Or-
good-
This is the
yeah,
guy
one-
that went into the season as your number one back.
One
He
good
can't play
season.
anymore.
One good season.
Didn't even have a
South
season.
Carolina. Rico Dowdle.
Was he with Shane Beamer there?
Yes.
Wow, all right. That South Carolina team, Lisa,
Who's the
is
quarterback?
Not bad.
Is it Rattler?
No, it was Rattler.
Was it? Wow. Okay.
All right.
No, wait. A couple of years ago.
Zeke?
He's in the year. Zeke is out there?
Steven Garcia.
No, that was 2010.
You guys would stay
2010.
aggressive here, right?
Yes.
Zeke's in to pick up the blitz specifically.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
run
that's
some
a good
deep
call.
routes.
It's a good call. Man, they are not plentiful in their options.
Oh, my goodness. What is that?
All right.
They're going to
7-0
kick
for
the field goal. Here we go.
Absolutely.
What is it, 52 yards?
All right.
All right. We wouldn't
that,
hate
isn't
if he makes it. Hey, no, listen. What do you want me to send
the
out the
dome?
Blue Birds? All right, so we'll see. I mean, but look, they're moving the ball now.
It was the Tolbert.
They're moving the ball here. Let me ask you this, Donnie. You think there's a world where, kind of within Houston's preparation, we got the key in on the run game, try and beat us?
Oh, 1,000%.
And now they need to start to scale this game a little bit here.
1,000%.
I wonder,
Whoa, look at that.
what does that do to some of our live?
Nailed
All
it.
right.
Nailed it.
He is automatic.
Yes. He hasn't missed
he's
yet
the
at
best
home, it
kicker in
says.
football.
All right.
Like people say Bucker, but I'm pretty sure it's Brandon Aubrey.
What's his
Not
numbers
just-
on the road, though? Is his numbers very different on the road?
I don't believe so. I can check for you.
Yeah, let's get some of these numbers in here.
He's up to what is he up to? 126 for Rush, 140 for Stroud. Stroud getting the ball back with about 5 minutes
Don, he has
left.
2 misses all season. I mean, they were both on the road, but he's 22 or 24. I think
All right.
that's.
What about last year? What did he
He's
do?
9 of 10 on 50-plus this
Yeah,
year.
he's money on deep shots. He said he's never missed a kick in AT&T Stadium.
Donnie, last year he was 10 of 10 on. He's 19 of 20. Well, now you got to be kidding me with this kid. Is that real? He's 20 of 21 in his career, 50-plus.
Pretty good.
That's outrageous.
Pretty good Orbs.
He has 4 career misses. Yeah, that's a heck of a talent they got there at kicker, man. All right, what does that do to the number? 11.5. 52.5 total, Lisi. Where do we go? Where do we go?
I was just
Catch the pass, anybody? How about it?
Nico.
Minus 110.
Who else?
Tank Dell, 160.
Oh, who did he
Schultz, 250. Matchy, 4-1.
What about Mixon?
260.
How about Robert Woods?
Whoa.
Yeah, let's go down the
Not
list.
posted.
Wow. Hide him from me.
How about in the play caller market? Stroud to complete a 20-yard pass, 2-1. Stroud to throw a touchdown on the drive, 390. Mixon for a 10-yard run, plus 280. Collins for a 10-yard catch, 210. How about Schultz for a 10-yard catch, 5-1?
So Nico Collins for a 10-yard catch, plus 210?
Yes.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And if you want to climb that, Donnie, for 20-yard receptions, plus 550.
Yeah, I'll stick with 10. I can see
on this drive, I would take a shot, Dell.
Dell for 10-yard receptions, 320. 20-yard reception, 950.
I don't want to go 20. I'd go 10.
Okay.
But I did want to bring up the plus 630 is looking enticing with Dallas.
Really?
For what?
Just the money line.
You're going to need a turnover, I think.
It's
I'm not saying they can't come in, but I think you're going to need.
Who got the ball to start the game? CJ, right?
He already has an interception, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
'cause
got
they had
the
that
ball
long
scored
play.
All right.
right away.
I might take a shot.
Okay.
I might dip the toe in the water.
All right, let's see what we can get here. We are going to be coming up against a commercial break. As we do send it to a commercial break, though, live touchdown scores: Dowdle, 230, Collins, 280, Lamb, 320, Dell, 390. Everybody else is 5-1 or longer. Mixon is in a completely different tax bracket there when we're talking touchdowns. We'll be right back.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circa Sports Million, Circa Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
We live in a society right now where everybody's a snowflake, everybody's a cupcake, and everybody thinks that nothing is fair. Everything is like, it's not fair. We should have a better chance. We need more. You know what? I'm old enough to remember when you needed to have a perfect goddamn record to win a college football championship. That's the way it was. 11-1, too bad.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Grandma Bear, who owns the football team, probably comes in, gives a little,
Oh, man, you're such a good little boy out there. Congratulations. The way you coach this football team, I'm never going to fire you.
Totally, I missed you pinching your own cheeks as I was looking down and did not know we were getting.
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there with that guy named Ben.
like that's what your grandma would do to you when you go see her on Thanksgiving or Christmas,
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Together, both Davante Adams and Garrett Wilson had huge nights. Aaron Rodgers loves the two big targets, and he says if this is going to happen, going to be very tough on the defense to decide who they want to go after.
Adams and this kid Wilson, I won't deny what they can do, but nobody else does jack.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
All right, back with you for a third and long for the Houston Texans here, which is going to dictate some tempo. Because I can already predict now, if they don't pick it up, Dallas is going to look to bleed the clock on a drive where they would get the ball back. So this is a very, very important play in this game here, Lisi.
It is, and, right now, if they could get off the field with the potential to tie it up or cut it to 4 right before halftime, we talked about who got the ball coming to start the game. Dallas does start the second half with the football, so that's a good look. Got to get off the field on third down, and you got to force Stroud.
That's
There's
10
Nico.
for Nico. Oh, man, you needed that. That's a great tackle.
Really was.
Yeah.
I figured he was going to get close to the
You're
first
shocked? I'm just curious. Because of the hamstring, we haven't seen a lot of downfield throws to Nico. They've been bubble screens.
Mm-hmm.
Anything with the hamstring just to work him back? I'm just saying.
I don't think so. I think maybe
we
it's just
haven't seen a deep shot, typically like crossing pattern, any type of both catches or all three catches are at the line of scrimmage.
But he was the intended target down the field on the interception. He's not throwing the ball. There's not a lot of there's not been a lot of that so far in this game. But that is going to get Dallas's defense off the field.
Yeah. Down to 470 money line. Still good value if you want Dallas, but 630 was great. They kept locking me out at the 630 number.
For the first time since Houston and Mixon hit that home run, Dallas is underneath double digits, 9.5.
Still a good number, I think.
Is the number here.
I still think it's a good number. And I just bring that up because the longer that they're in this game, right, where they're not getting blown out, and it's a one-score game from just an intensity level, that's the closest they've been to a victory at home all year. And I know Baltimore, they lost by 3, but they trailed 28-3 basically in the first half, right? This is the only half that they've gone in and have a legitimate shot to potentially make some adjustments and pull it out in the second half.
I'm going to...
9.5 is not a bad number. I think it's a pretty good line.
I'm going to make a light play on a principal play.
Ooh, principal play.
How about
First
that?
play rush for a yard on Dallas.
Okay.
It's plus 155.
All right, let's get it.
I think that's the best number we've ever seen on a team's first play to be a run for 1 yard under a normal circumstance here.
Yeah.
I think that's with how bad the rush attack has been. 6 carries for 6 yards.
Yeah.
Look, if he gets the handoff, I will feel that's a win for me. And I think the first play will be a run. I do believe if you are Dallas, and I don't know if you guys disagree, I think one of your goals is to not give Houston a lot of time if they get back out on
No,
the
that's
field.
not a bad. They have how many timeouts? 2?
Houston?
Yeah.
All of them.
Okay,
But
so
if you run the ball in the first play, Houston's not going to call a timeout.
no, they're not
So
now.
you are
There's
automatically
3.5
gonna
minutes
40
left, right?
seconds off the clock on your first play.
You go. See, it's like 50-50. It's a good look, but at some point you still want to flip field position, right? Because they're on the 25.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to give Houston the ball on their own 40 with about a minute left.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree
because
with you.
now you're begging for a field goal, and now you're down 2 scores. Got to be somewhat aggressive. I'm not saying throw a deep shot, but let's see if they
I'm
run
not
it. If
saying,
they haven't been able to run it all day.
as I've said, I am not telling you that I think they're going to play ultra conservative every single possession.
Right.
I would be very surprised if the first play wasn't a run. Now, the run game has been so bad. I know I defended it after 4 plays. I can't defend it anymore. I might get the run and not get the yard.
Right.
That's true.
I
Like,
might.
you usually don't have to worry about just run it. You're going to get at least a yard here. He's been going back. Can you vote? Can you bet?
You can
rush and loss yards.
It's what you get, Donnie, is a combination of I think it's like sack, turnover, run for negative or something like that.
Yeah.
Which you could play, right? But I'm not gonna like. That's why I think part of the reason I'm getting plus 155 is the book's like they might not gain a yard, and that is still a rarity in football to run the ball and not gain 1 yard. So
Let's see what we got.
Yeah, now I've talked up this opening play quite a bit.
Let's see what we got. We're running play action, shot. Oh, there. Okay,
They're on
pistol
the 20.
formation. That's
Come
a good
on.
start. That's a good start.
So you
for
like the pistol?
I love the pistol formation.
Okay.
Yep. Sets up a clean running lane if you want to run it. There you go.
Get up the field.
There it is. Oi!
Run for 9.
We got some stuff.
All right.
And now they don't have to bleed the full 40 off the play clock if they want there.
Yep.
So
Be
that was,
aggressive.
Cooper Rush.
a nice little read.
Yep,
Sometimes
pistol was a good start
you
there.
Put the, I think, again, that's my nerves, Donnie. I saw the pistol. It's terrible.
No, why though?
Because I get nerves.
Question.
Good.
How many yards does C.J. Stroud have right now?
159.
Yeah, he's got a decent amount.
All right, so he's 150 in the second half, Kev. Right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, we're running again.
Plus 460.
C.J.
C.J. Stroud.
So what, it's 150 each half?
Yes.
And you're getting plus 460. So, all right, hold on. Let me work with you on this for a second because I want to see something. C.J. Stroud's current live props, 276.5. To get to 300 is plus 198. To get to 325 is plus 450. So that would be, he's at 159, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
So how many is that?
That's
25 to 150.
309.
We're moving it.
He's at 159.
He's at 159.
So if he doesn't get another shot this half,
Yeah.
which he might,
140.
right? Because did they get the first? I couldn't
No.
tell.
Nope,
Okay.
just short.
So that's 100 and, sorry.
If
that
it
would be-
stops right now and he gets nothing, we need 309.
So that would be, sorry, that would be 100. Just if I'm doing the math correctly,
Go ahead.
for him to get to 325,
Right.
would be 166 yards.
Correct.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, can you get 16 yards?
I think you can get probably 20. Well, they
So
just got the first
You get what
down,
I'm
right?
saying, though, Joe? You play
Yeah.
the 325 instead of playing the
325 is what?
It was 450. They chipped
Yeah,
down
they just
to 4
chipped
to
it,
1.
and they chipped down the 150 down to plus 440.
But you get,
Yeah, no, I do.
you know,
I got you. Doesn't look like they. I mean, the way Dallas now they get that first down. Was that fourth down?
No. No, they wouldn't have gone.
no, it's
right
now
there.
1st and 10 after their Dowdle catch and run for 5 yards. They're at the 45-yard line here. Houston does have all 3 timeouts. So you could certainly still get some Texans reps on that side of the ball.
They're on the 35-yard line of Dallas.
Donnie, help us out here for a third voice.
Go.
Do you think the Texans offense plays football for the rest of the half?
Meaningful football, which means we have like 40 seconds to go? No, I don't.
Okay, so
you're not counting on a score.
No, there might be a score for the Cat. When I say like meaningful, like they don't get the football back with like 16 seconds left to go, and what are they going to do on offense? I mean, like a legitimate chance to say, let's go 30-plus yards here and get a field goal. I don't think that happens.
Yeah.
All right.
Because Dallas has 2 timeouts left, and also understanding that the Texans have 3, I would be shocked if they don't come right out of here, short, and if you do get into like a 2nd and 3, 3rd and 3, that's a run.
Yeah, I think with Dallas though getting the ball to start the half.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
they'll take a field goal.
Yes.
Yeah, they will.
Houston, if you can get out there with a timeout in your pocket, I think
if there's 40, 50 seconds left, then
I don't think they get it back with 40 to 50 seconds left.
Yeah, it's a tight.
Because I don't think the Texans are calling timeouts on this. So let's just say you get 3 plays to get a first down. You're already under a minute to go.
No, I agree. I think it's a good look.
I think it's a tightrope here in terms of whether Houston gets the ball or not. Oh, see, now I just remembered something.
Got 27 points in the first half of this game, though. Cooper Rush, $139. CJ, $159. Got some juice.
I have like the 5 rush yards each quarter. Like I don't even know. Do I have 5 rushing yards in the second quarter from Joe Mixon? I imagine so, right?
Should, right?
I don't even know if I do though. Does that sound crazy?
Let me see. Let's go.
Like this has just been a. See, that was
Stroud. Mixon for no gain.
I don't know if I do. Could that be possible? Oh no, the first.
So.
No,
yeah.
he got it.
I'm gonna say that was wacky. 71 yards and not have any 5 in the quarter. Jeez.
All right, let's see what Dallas does here. We're going to be running up against the break. Your halftime show with Casey Hudson and Tom Vecchio is also around the corner, so don't go anywhere. You know SportsGrid has you covered for what turned into a pretty good one here on a Monday night in Dallas.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circus Sports Million, Circus Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With 2 former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
We live in a society right now where everybody's a snowflake, everybody's a cupcake, and everybody thinks that nothing is fair. Everything is like, it's not fair. We should have a better chance. We need more. You know what? I'm old enough to remember when you needed to have a perfect goddamn record to win a college football championship. That's the way it was. 11-1, too bad.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Grandma Bear, who owns the football team, probably comes in, gives a little.
Oh, man, you're such a good little boy out there. Congratulations. The way you coach this football team, I'm never going to fire you.
Totally, I missed you pinching your own cheeks. As I was looking down and did not know we were getting.
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there with that guy named Ben.
Like that's what your grandma would do to you when you go see her on Thanksgiving or Christmas,
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Together, both Davante Adams and Garrett Wilson had huge nights. Aaron Rodgers loves the 2 big targets, and he says if this is going to happen, going to be very tough on the defense to decide who they want to go after.
Adams and this kid Wilson, I won't deny what they can do, but nobody else does jack.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Back in the mix right here. It is In Game Live, and it is a drive that a few times looked like Dallas was going to let the Texans offense get back out there. And some penalties have kept this thing afloat now where they are certainly in Brandon Aubrey territory.
Pass. I didn't know that.
Yeah, what'd you think it was?
I thought somebody called a timeout. I thought he caught it.
No. Yeah, he dropped it.
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. CD.
Right. This is key for us, though, here, Lisa.
It is.
Running clock.
Garbage George. Oh, we threw 150.
Did they say...
Wow, what happened?
A guy like that for the Cowboys. There's no way. There's no way that should have been. He got out of bounds.
It was one of these.
That's what it absolutely should have been.
100%. He was being tackled for about an hour.
I'm always curious when they make that call.
Yeah.
Because half the time the guy runs himself out of bounds, the arm's rolling.
Yeah.
Then this guy gets tackled 8 yards in the line. They
love the moment.
It's amazing.
They do. They love the moment. This chair's got to go. I don't know.
What's going on?
Back
Is he okay?
But he can't sit.
You don't have good lumbar support?
But I never make it to the back of my seat.
But the same thing on the other one.
Yeah.
But I don't know why this one is not. It's not cooperating. Like I need to sit like this, maybe.
What about the?
Now, what if I shoot it all the way up but
like
sit
this,
down
look.
like such? No. But guys, hear me out.
What is going on here?
What do you mean, Lee? I'm trying to.
I feel like I'm in sleepy.
You might have to.
All right, hold on. Let me readjust my.
You might have to get back to the lounge.
Hold on.
No. Ooh. Double cushion in the lounge.
Yeah, you guys had your double cushions.
The back was never straighter.
Yeah, but since we've been at the desk, I feel like your back hasn't been an issue, though.
No, my back hasn't. It's the neck.
All right, let's see what we got here from Dallas. They've got a 3rd and 5. Again, right in Aubrey territory. So
it was a timeout Texans. What did you do? A little handoff right here up the middle? Get 3 yards?
No, with the handoff.
I would throw it because he's been
Stop.
good enough.
The kids.
Oh, no.
Don't.
Oh, they're bringing the heat. They're bringing the heat. They're bringing the heat. Coop. Whoa! Look like
all right, keep going. Let's go. Floundry.
Hey, look, I'll call him that.
Come on.
There's no.
Where'd he come from?
Flournoy.
I
am Flournoy from Missouri.
Flournoy. So no Turpin listed on FanDuel. All the secondary wide receivers, you got nobody.
Look at them. Everybody's
just
eating
get out of
here.
bounds. Get out of bounds.
Everybody's eating out here.
That's
Coop Rushes. What's he going to have? 26 completions in this game?
What was his number for 3 1/4?
Man.
Plus 440, you said?
That was for Stroud?
No.
I was never looking at
Rush.
Were you looking at Rush?
Yeah, I was.
Were you talking about Rush that whole time?
No. I was talking about Stroud, 150.
Rush is still plus 270 to get to 300 passing yards. I mean, but he's up to 265.5 for a prop, Joe. You know, he's
Zing, love the
shot. Catch that, Dowdle.
Come on.
Catch that.
The Jaden Daniels effect. Just throw it in the flat. Let somebody else do the work for you.
Oh, is that what? Really?
Dumbing it down out here.
Okay. Wow. Hitting low. Kids hitting low early.
We saw on Thursday night. I don't know. I was just, all right, trying to make a reference, Joe.
Boom.
My apologies. Do we think?
What?
Now I'm getting annoyed already that Stroud doesn't have a passing touchdown.
It's amazing. And he should have had it with the first play of the game, basically.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's so true. It's bothering me, Joe, as I sit here and look at this game.
Why?
Because why does this guy not have a passing touchdown? Like, how? How could
we
that
haven't even been close to one either.
No, not really.
Whoa. Keep the
Takes
clock
off
running.
out of a cannon.
Keeping the
Timeout.
clock running.
Timeout if you're Houston. Timeout if
this
you're
helps
Houston.
us tremendously with the yards for 500.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Joe. That ticket's already in my back pocket.
You already.
Wow. Yep.
They called me up. They said, "Hey,
they gave you more money than you bet
well.
already."
Congrats! Great job. Here's the money early.
I love this though because I have that Stroud for 250 plus. So now you get a chance to really make an indent here, Lisi.
Yeah, this is great. Make the field goal. Now they make the field goal. They're down 4, right?
Yep.
Still sitting at the 7.5 or no?
You want to take a shot on Stroud to get to 350 at 8-1?
I feel more confident now on Cooper, don't
I think Stroud's looked great. I think he's looked great. I think he's looked fluid.
Turn it up. See that gas pedal now.
17,
we're going to have 30 yards.
That leads
30
to something
points.
like that.
Boom.
It missed. I hate to.
Now, what were you saying about the guy?
Well, no, because I said, about him being automatic.
Yeah.
It was too close.
Look at Jerry. Look at him.
Well, Don,
Look at him.
I was sitting here staring at the 350, and it went
And it was,
10-1. I went, now what would make that happen? But see, I don't know if him missing. Why would him missing mess anything up in terms of yardage?
because now they get the football much better field position than what they would have got on a kickoff, I guess.
Yeah,
Was that his
22.
first, by the way, first miss at home?
I think he
Yes.
slipped.
First miss at home.
So that keeps it, now it's 9.5.
Yeah.
It's still a pretty good number if you want to back Dallas. You got to hope that they don't come down and kick a field goal, right? They come down and kick a field goal, you're looking at double digits.
They probably get a field. I think
They're
they get a
locking
field goal.
Stroud.
Boy.
They lock Stroud.
So they got one timeout at the 30-yard line.
Oh, but they're not often in the 350 anymore. But am I alone here?
They are getting some heat in the pocket on them, though.
Like, am I kind of in like my own little world around what Stroud's going to do throwing the ball? We're going to be so behind now, I can't track it anyway. But
what are we sitting at? I didn't calculate it. Where are we with Stroud and
combined?
Yep.
We're over 300
All right.
yards.
Okay.
We're at 319.
All right, depending upon what happens here.
Yeah, but before
Let's figure hopefully another 40, get us to 350 would be fantastic.
I think that would be wonderful to see.
He's under pressure every play, by the way. That pocket
does that
is
change?
clean.
Does that change in the second half to back Dallas plus the 9.5? Could they make defensive? Do you have enough confidence in Zimmer to potentially? I don't, but I'll still take the 9.5.
I don't like the offense because again they have 17 points, so you can't fault that. But this isn't an easy passing game that I'm watching right now for the Texans.
They had a quick 2 scores though. They've been a little shaky, like we've seen them against the Jets and Detroit now. They haven't played a 4-quarter game yet. They're starting to slow down.
Haven't seen that sizzle pass yet, Joe.
Yeah, but I think because of that, when a team does what they did to Houston, they're going to foot on the gas the whole way.
You call a timeout here if you don't.
Look at this.
Yeah. I mean, now Cooper Rush has an opportunity here.
This defensive line for the Cowboys has eaten that Texans front seven for the past, or front line for the past, 10 minutes at least.
Wow. That's surprising to see them not be able to get anything going there. And it's huge for Dallas. They'll try and get something going then themselves. We're going to get going most likely. You'll be rejoined by the halftime show with Casey Hudson and Tom Vecchio here on SportsGrid.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circus Sports Million, Circus Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With 2 former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
We live in a society right now where everybody's a snowflake, everybody's a cupcake, and everybody thinks that nothing is fair. Everything is like, it's not fair. We should have a better chance. We need more. You know what? I'm old enough to remember when you needed to have a perfect goddamn record to win a college football championship. That's the way it was. 11-1, too bad.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Grandma Bear, who owns the football team, probably comes in, gives a little.
Oh, man, you're such a good little boy out there. Congratulations. The way you coach this football team, I'm never going to fire you.
Totally, I missed you pinching your own cheeks as I was looking down and did not know we were getting.
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there with that guy named Ben.
Like, that's what your grandma would do to you when you go see her on Thanksgiving or Christmas,
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Together, both Davante Adams and Garrett Wilson had huge nights. Aaron Rodgers loves the 2 big targets, and he says if this is going to happen, going to be very tough on the defense to decide who they want to go after.
Adams and this kid, Wilson, I won't deny what they can do, but nobody else does jack.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
back right here with you on SportsGrid, watching a little bit of this Monday nighter between Dallas and Houston. The Texans got the ball back looking a little bit dangerous with that missed field goal by Brandon Aubrey. 3 quick incompletions put Cooper Rush and the Cowboys offense back out on the field, making now for a chance to pick up some yardage. They need a great play to get Aubrey a chance. But all of a sudden, this one, it's settled in. We have a game here on our hands. The Texans are not in run and hide mode like they were at one point in this game, laying 17.5 live. This live number we've seen now pretty comfortably settle underneath double digits. This is a Cowboys team that will begin the second half with the football as well, which is, of course, incredibly important. So it'll allow them, even if this drive doesn't lead to anything, it will allow them to get back out on the field still within one possession, guaranteed. So we have ourselves a tight game, but it keeps all your prop shots in line then. It allows us to play the Stroud yardage. It allows us to play Collins or Tank Dell on that side. And it allows you to play some Rico Dowdle as well for the Cowboys, because I still think this team, despite the fact that the air has been much better than the ground, wants their rush attack to work. They are trusting Cooper Rush more and more, though. The fact that on that 3rd and 10, after Rush nearly threw an interception, they didn't go into the locker room, but they actually went out there and stayed aggressive. It sets the tone for a second half. Your halftime coverage begins now with Casey Hudson and Tom Vecchio.
All right, it's time for the Pro Football Today halftime show with Casey Hudson and Tom Vecchio breaking down this Monday night. Well, I think it's safe to say madness at this point. You have a Dallas Cowboys team that doesn't look as horrific as a lot of us were anticipating. More importantly, when they had some moments of momentum, they were depleted by, I don't know, did anyone have Michi coming up with a big defensive play for the Texans? So there's so many things that have happened on both sides of the ball. Number of turnovers for both of these teams. Not to mention is that as the clock was winding down in the first half there, you got the Texans that got a little stumped by a defensive line on the Cowboys that's been coming in quite hot and quite ferociously. So more importantly, the 10-17 is what we're seeing as these two respective teams head to their locker room. Texas on top with the 17 points. Tom, what have you made of this first half so far?
The Texans came out in the first quarter. They were shot out of a cannon, looking absolutely awesome on offense. Right from the first play of the game when Collins had that 76-yard touchdown called back, which I am physically distraught about. But really, they moved the ball awesome in the first quarter, right? Joe Mixon doing his thing. As I said, it was going to be a big Joe Mixon game today, and he has 11 carries for 71 yards on the ground and the 2 touchdowns. So that's what we're going to be seeing. Then again, we talked about it extensively on the pregame show that C.J. Stroud and the Texans, they've been kind of up and down over the past few weeks with 3 losses over their past 4 games, and this was a chance for them to reel it in, be protective of the ball and move it efficiently, and they did that for the most part. We did see C.J. Stroud throw that interception. I think they need to get back to more of that running game, and then again moving the ball effectively and just picking up first downs safely. And I think we'll continue to see Dalton Schultz involved a little bit of Tank Dell, hopefully more Nico Collins. That's what I would personally like to see. But I think the Texans are in a good spot now. For the Cowboys, like you said, much better stuff from them compared to what they did last week. 45 yards from Cooper Rush is absolutely terrible. They're moving the ball in the air pretty well. Now, obviously, a lot of these yards came from that one touchdown to Kayvon Turpin, but their run game is non-existent, which was the case when Dak was the quarterback, and it's going to be through the air. They're moving the ball pretty well through, and I think that's where they need to stay.
Yeah, absolutely. And the guys were discussing it on In-Game Live, a number of things. First of all, shout out to Joe Lisi, who said this should be a more active game for Schultz, and he seems to be equally as active as Joe was anticipating that he would be. But then on the other side, everyone a little surprised here that Dowdle's not picking up more ground yards and that the trust seems to be there for Cooper Rush to air out the ball. But there were a number of targets. I mean, one of the funny things, if you were watching In-Game Live, is the guys waiting to see what the play was and being like, who's the kid who caught the ball? Who's the kid? There's there's just a number of players that they have to get involved here in order to make these moves, them being the Cowboys. 2, 3, 4. You're seeing over 10 targets involved when it comes to the target share for Cooper Rush and company on the Cowboys side. So Tom Vecchio and I are going to continue to break all of this down. Not to mention, talk about the line movement here. 7.5, jumped to 9.5, jumped back down to 7.5 when it went into halftime. Then the total went from 48 up to 51, down to 48. So don't go anywhere. Stick with us for Pro Football Today at the halftime show with Casey Hudson and Tom Vecchio here on Sports Grid.